Oh, great. It's glad you were able to join. Welcome, welcome.
Concrete ribbons stretching out into the dark, waiting for the sun to come and find a single spark. I used to feel the emptiness, I used to feel the weight, but now I find the comfort in arriving a little late. There's a power in the stillness that the daylight never shows, the kind of honest wisdom that only the traveler knows. No destination, just the movement in the space, washing off the memory of every tide.
Hello, hello. Are you able to hear me? No? Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I heard you.
Oh, good. Hi, Miss Josephine. How are you?
I'm good. I'm so sorry. I almost forget about it because I bring my grandson to the park.
No problem at all. You're right on time. You're right
Oh,
on time.
thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. Okay, good. You can hear.
You
Okay.
see
But
at the park.
enjoy.
And I
Enjoy your
have
night.
one of my friends to log in also.
Oh, let me turn this down. What'd you say?
No, I said I have one more friend. She's coming in also.
Okay.
Her name is Claudia.
Thank you so much for sharing. Appreciate it.
No, you're welcome. I don't know whether she logged in already or not.
Not yet. I believe people are going to get ready to start. It's 6:58. We're scheduled to start at 7, so we'll see in just a couple minutes.
Okay, sounds
Okay?
good. Thank you so
All
much.
right.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. But I think you can. I have been having just the best music going, and I think you guys said you can't hear it. This is the worst. Ah,
I cannot hear the music too.
see? Ah,
Yeah, I didn't hear the music.
all right. Then tested it. All right. Let's see. Let's see. It's just such a good groove. I'm going to get it going so you guys can hear it. Yeah, no. Good evening. Good evening. Thank you for joining. All right. Let me see. I really wanted y'all to hear it. It's such a good vibe music. Hey, Coach Kelly, how are you?
Hey, Aaliyah, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. So
That's good.
glad you could
For
join.
having me. Yeah, I was hustling trying to get here. It's busy at the center as we speak.
I appreciate you.
I
I
appreciate you more. I had to step away though. I was like, "Look,
welcome.
I got this training. Y'all got this. You don't need me.
Got it.
You don't need me.
They don't need you. They
Don't
they
need
have
me.
it. Yeah,
They really do. They really do. Hi, everybody. Thanks, Aaliyah.
absolutely. Absolutely. All right, we're gonna start letting people in. I was just saying I had such a beautiful, smooth music going in the back. I just knew you guys were enjoying it. Sounds like y'all couldn't hear it. And I tested it and everything. All right. It's May, don't you worry. Thank you for joining. See, this is the type stuff we do. You're on your second job. I appreciate you. Yeah. Yes. All right, we're going to start letting people in. Mm, mm, mm. Oh, it says we're. No. I wonder if they change it. I always share my music. Tomorrow, you guys are going to get this great playlist. I don't know what's going on.
Zoom did change, Aaliyah. It is ooh, when you're sharing, it should come up again. It's in a very weird place. So it's not you.
Oh, okay.
So
So
yeah, it's I can only do it when I see it. I can't. explain it, and I stumbled on it while I was teaching a class, so it's not you.
Okay, thank you for that. I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
I study had my background music going. That's all right. I got y'all tomorrow. I've got you. Welcome, welcome everyone as you're coming in. Happy Tuesday. I'm going to give it up till 7:05. I'm going to be respectful of your time, but I also don't want all the beeps to happen with people coming in. So I'm going to give it a couple more minutes to let people in, and then we're going to keep rolling. Let me see. All right. There we go. Here, let me see if I want to start sharing my screen. And while we're in here, how about you guys get started by sharing where you're from? I think we can see your name already, but where are you from and the size of your program? How about that? City, state, either one. Just we can do state, but where are you from? And yeah, the size of your program. If you don't mind sharing in the chat, we'll get our conversations going, and then I'll get started in just a few minutes. Hmm. Oh, it's Linda's from North Carolina, licensed for 33. Welcome. Is someone speaking? Oh, we have two North Carolinas. Burlington, looking for three more children. That's Ismay. Hey, Miss Josephine from Maryland, family child care educator. That's what I love about this too. We always have our different programs, family, center, group, school age, aftercare. Who else do we have? So for those coming in, while we wait for just a few more moments, if you can share where you are from and the size of your program, that would be great. And then I'll be prepared to get started in just a moment. Sierra, hi, from Orlando, home program of 7. We have Liz from New York, not too far from me, center base. Liz, is this correct? 1,115? Please tell me, because I'm going to need you. Okay. Oh, Liz, I got nervous. I was like, please tell me how you do it. Liz has 115 in New York. And we have Coach Kelly, a unique service aftercare program and tutoring service, 25 to 50 in Pennsylvania, not far from me, very close. Uh, I thought the same thing, Zelinda. I was like, man, this is a super school. Want to make sure I say your name correctly. Paulette from Florida, 2 locations, 277 capacity. You remind me of myself. Yes, ma'am. Welcome. And please let me know if I said your name incorrectly. Welcome, welcome. All right. Again, for those who are coming in, we are sharing where we're from. I want to make sure you are represented in the room. So if you could share where you're from and the size of your location, that would be great. Just getting to know one another before we get ready to get started. So we have our diversity already. It sounds like we have a lot of East Coast so far, though. A lot of East Coast. Usually I have a number West Coast, but we'll see. We'll see. Hi, Sydney. Angela's from Georgia. Welcome, welcome. Who else do we have here? Sydney, where you from? Pennsylvania. Hello and welcome. We are close. We are close to one another. Let's see who else we have everybody in so far. Oh, there we go. Jacqueline. Hello, California. I knew it. I knew it. I said now, I know we're going to have some West Coast friends. Welcome, welcome. All right. I'm sure we have more coming. We have about, I know we have 19 on the call, but we have like 500 registered. So we shall see who comes in the room, but we're not going to keep waiting. Thank each and every one of you for joining, and we're going to get started. We're going to get started because I know many of us started early, and I don't want us waiting. So let me jump in. Let me jump in. One moment. I was promising everyone I will have music for you tomorrow. Forgive me. It's a good playlist too. All right, let's see. Let's see. All right. You can see my screen. We should be good to go. All right, let's jump in. Happy Tuesday, everyone, and welcome to the Childcare CEO 3-Day Challenge. I am going to be talking about during this challenge finding your, I like to put in there the $20,000 leak. It's really 20K plus because it's a minimum of $20,000, and you'll learn more once we actually get to day 2. Okay, where we're really going to dig into our numbers. But today is day 1, and day 1 is all about the CEO shift. I'm going to tell you more about it. Just give me a moment. I just wanted you to know what we're going to be working on today. So let me jump in. All right. So before we begin, I like to do this, and I want to share it not just for tonight, because my hope is that this will help you beyond this evening. All right. So before we begin, it's been a long day. Many of us have had a lot going on today. Typically, the day does not go how we planned it. And so some of us may have gone from being at the center or in our program to jumping right into this session. So I want to take a moment and just make sure that we give ourselves a moment to just get grounded. Okay. So if you could close your eyes, you could just lower your gaze. I just want to make sure that you feel comfortable and that you get to take a deep breath before we jump in. Okay. That's what we're about to do. So I'm going to walk you through a way that we can get grounded, not just for tonight again, but those moments where we're rushing from our classroom and we get into our office or to the space that we work, and we're just running off of adrenaline and a lot is going on. So before we jump into today or tonight, we're just going to take a moment. So again, if you feel comfortable, close your eyes, lower your gaze, and we are going to take a deep breath through our nose. And we are going to release slowly. I don't know about you, but there's times I have to remind myself to breathe. Not only as we sit here, something else I realized is that we move so much that I don't know if you've ever had someone ask you, like, how are you feeling? And to be honest, you're not even sure. You're just like, I'm just going. And so I want to make sure that we get to connect with our bodies just for a moment. So if you can, just kind of notice what's happening in your body right now. Is it that your heart is beating really fast? Is it that you're trying to catch your breath? Is it that it's a pain in your left knee? Or you feel heaviness on your shoulders? Whatever that may be, just notice it. Just notice. And we're going to take another deep breath. And exhale slowly. I like to plant my feet on the floor and just kind of let the weight of my body just sit in the chair and just be in the moment. Okay. Again, this is something you can do any day. It doesn't take a long time, just as long as we get to do it at least one time. Okay, let's catch our breath and breathe. All right, so tonight I hope that you get to make the decision to actually be present in the moment. We're going to be about an hour, and I know sometimes we have other responsibilities, but if you can, just really give yourself the gift of presence and kind of being here and being fully present and getting exactly what you need. Okay. If that was helpful for you or if you needed that moment, drop a heart in the chat. Just let me know if that was helpful. And then I ask that you take that back and try it tomorrow and just see how you feel. Okay. All right. The next thing I like to do is I like to make sure that we all know that we are in a safe space. I learned this years ago when I was in the Lisa Nichols Certified Transformational Training Program, where sometimes we go into these spaces and we don't know people, we don't know what to expect, and sometimes it doesn't feel like a safe space. And so I want to make sure that each and every one of you know that tonight and the next few nights that we are together, that you are in a safe space. And let me tell you what that means. We already started dropping in the chat where we're from, how many children we serve, what types of program that we are in. All of us are from different places, okay? But we're all in the same industry. So we have some things in common, okay? And not that we're coming here just to all be the same. However, we don't know each other. We're going to get to know each other. But I do, again, want you to know that this is safe. So how do we set a safe space? It's really all about agreements. We have choices. And so we chose to be here tonight in this moment. And so we get to choose if we accept these agreements. And I'm going to tell you what they are. So the first one is we reserve all judgment. And what that means, there's no judgment based on what I say, based on what you say, based on what you type in the chat. Okay. What I do know is that we have not always made the right decisions. We thought we were doing what was best, but maybe we look back now and we're like, I just didn't make the right decisions. I wish I had done this thing differently. And that's okay. Because what we're not going to do is we're not going to judge ourselves and we're not going to judge each other. Right? I do believe that we all have great intent. And so if we knew better, we do better. And so I'm not judging you. I may say some things tonight that may feel like that feels a little judgy. I promise you what I'm sharing tonight is what I've experienced. So I'm really sharing a little bit about me. Now, if you resonate with it, let me know in the chat. But I do want you to know that there is no judgment tonight. And so if you are in agreement, because the only way the safe space works is that each and every person in this room agrees to all three of these agreements. That's the only way this works. Okay. So if you agree that we're going to reserve all judgment again for each other and ourselves, we're not going to beat ourselves up. If you could type in the chat, I agree. Or you could put the thumbs up emoji. You can raise your hand and just say, I agree. All right, I see the chat come. All right, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so the second agreement, no repercussions for how we show up. That means we can be vulnerable tonight in day 2 and day 3. Okay? Listen, if you're like, I don't know my numbers, I have no idea, that is okay. There's no repercussions at all. Okay? It's safe to say, you know what? I'm struggling. It's safe to say, actually, I'm doing pretty good. No repercussions whatsoever. There's nothing you say in this room that's going to be used against you by anyone, including yourself. Because if I be honest, many times I'm my worst critic, right? And so really, I'm talking about me too. Okay. So if you agree that there will be no repercussions tonight, please type in the chat, I agree. You could put your hand up, say I agree, or you could put an emoji, whatever signifies or signals that I agree. Please do. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. All right. And the last one. We agree to unconditional love. That's to each other and to ourselves, right? So when we are in the chat and we have our reactions, we put up our emojis, all that good stuff. And we're definitely going to want to talk to the voice inside of our own heads. We're going to show ourselves unconditional love too. Because some things that I'm going to want to talk about is really going to be about mindset today. And so it really is this mind talk, this self-talk. And then we're going to get into numbers and we're going to dig into our businesses. And it can get a little uncomfortable, right? Sometimes when we're honest with ourselves, it's a tad bit uncomfortable, but that's okay. Because what I have learned is you cannot heal what you're ashamed to look at. And so my goal is for us to really look deeper than the surface. Okay. And so can we deem this room safe? Please say I agree to unconditional love. Please type it in the chat, raise your hand, just signify that I am in agreement. All right, thank you. I see the chat going. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I will say as we wrap up, if there's anyone who did not say all three, if you are not in agreement, I just ask, I love you. You can connect with me in a separate space. You can email me, but this space is only for those who agree to all three, because that's the only way I can tell everyone this is a safe space. Okay? All right. Thank you. Thank you. If anything that I do tonight resonates with you, if you want to take these 3 agreements and do it with your team, by all means do it. Okay? All right. So we have a safe space. We are going to move on. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. Let me jump into who I am. All right. Some of you know me, some do not. I am Aaliyah Johnson Roberts. I always talk about the same things when I share about myself. I'm a second generation childcare CEO. I have grown in partnership with my mom. Sometimes you'll see me post her and stuff. She's usually in the center. She's not out here like I am. But we grew the centers from 58 to 250 children that we serve each and every year. So I am not just before you as a coach and consultant. I'm actually here as a child care owner as well. All right. I'm in the work just like you are. We were able to generate 7-figure revenue over the last 8 years, multi-7 at this point. I do not say that number as a bragging right at all, because when I tell you the work is hard, it's even harder to get there and then sustain it. That's why I talk about childcare business all the time, because I'm in it. Okay. I just always share this though, is because I'm not here making stuff up. I am literally here sharing with you what I've done. I am a Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Businesses alum and a mentor for Goldman Sachs 1 Million Black Women. I have a master's degree in educational leadership. In my previous life, I was in my younger life, it's the same life. I have a degree and I was a fashion buyer. So fashion is really my first love. Maybe ECE is now the first. Yeah. but that's just my other career. And again, I'm a coaching consultant for childcare owners nationwide. Love what I do. Love, love, love. And so that's a little bit about me. And so I oftentimes tell my background story. I'm not going to do it tonight. I'll make it extremely short just by saying I experienced some moments in the last 18 years of doing early childhood education that made me say, you know what? They will not catch me vulnerable in this way where they can take my business from me. I had a Department of Human Services complaint about 8 years ago that almost took everything. And I took that moment and I said, never again. And I changed how I operate in business. I do not just sit back as what they say, oh, she just does childcare. You know how they try to dismiss what we do? Nope. I started operating like a true CEO and running my business like I know that I'm the entrepreneur that I am. And I just pull business strategies and what I know about early childhood education. And that's how I operate my businesses. And I share the same with you. So that's a little bit about me. Just so you could get a visual, these are the sites, my two sites. The one on the left is our first baby. It's licensed for 59 children. It's 5,500 square feet. 18 years old. That baby is now, well, an adult now. And then we were blessed to get a grant to expand our high quality program. And so to the right is my second site. That's our big baby. And so she's 25,000 square feet. We serve 198 children there. And we've been there for 8 years. Soon we'll be celebrating our 10-year anniversary. Let me think of what we're going to do. But these are the sites that I manage. I am in the process of not being at either site every day. By September, I'll be out. And so I'm teaching my inner circle clients too. How do you get to separate from your business every day? So again, I'm teaching you everything that I've done. All right. That's a little bit about me. We are almost done with the preface. I just got to make sure I cover this part. A few important notes. The content shared in this challenge is for educational and informational purposes only. It's not intended to provide legal, tax, accounting, or financial advice. This is for guidance specific to your business. If you want that, consult a licensed CPA, accountant, attorney, or financial professional. All materials, strategies, tools, and resources are the intellectual property of Consulting with AJR, that is me, and protected by copyright law. Please do not duplicate, reproduce, distribute, attempt to reshare as your own content, or share without written consent. By participating in this challenge, you agree not to record or redistribute any session, use this content to create competing programs, or share downloads with non-registered participants. This is free, friends. If you want your friend to come, just send them the link. They can come on and join. Results depend on your implementation, your effort, and follow through. No income guarantees are made. This session is being recorded and may be used in future trainings or marketing, including your name, voice, chat, comments, and video. If you don't wish to be included, no problem. Just please turn off your camera, update your display name, and there we go. All right. Let's grow responsibly and powerfully. Let's do it together and let us jump in. Welcome to the challenge. So we have 3 days. 3 days, we're going to talk strategy. We're going to tell the truth to ourselves. Okay, we're going to take action and transformation. I have real tools that I share with you that you literally can implement tomorrow, and that is the goal. I do have VIP sessions as well. They happen at 6:30. Right before this call, and that is all about coach, where we get to do literal coaching. I get to share with you intimately what questions do you have, how can I help you, what resources do you need. I also have some really great resources for VIP members. So Adrian, if you could drop that in the chat if you want to join tomorrow, it's not too late. And I have prizes and gifts. So stay engaged. Please do the work. That's the only way you see the results. Okay. And if you stay until the end, I got a free gift for you. All right. All right. So let's jump in. Let's jump in. Shout out to our VIP members already. You've upgraded your seat at the table. So again, check the chat if you're interested and you want to be able to join, ask your questions, and engage with me because we won't be able to do it during the challenge. It's just not enough time. Okay. So we start tomorrow at 6:30 and then we start general admission at 7 o'clock. All right. Bring your questions, your scenarios. One question that we answer will totally be worth it. All right. All right. So first things first, there was pre-work. I had a quiz. I don't know who took the quiz because I promised that you will be a winner and I will I'm getting ready to do it right now. So if you took the quiz, I am going to spin the wheel and see who is the winner and then we're going to see. So let me pull it up. Let me pull it up. I think we already have the names in here. Hold on, hold on. Oh, did it start over? That is not it. Hold on a second. Now, oh, you just have a bunch of tabs up. I swore. Hold on one second. Sorry about that. I want to make sure I get the winner, And maybe it restarted. One moment, one moment, one moment. Mm-hmm. All right, here we go. And I hope you are on here because you had to be on here to win. Well, to get the prize. All right. So let me get ready to share. All right, there we go. There we go. I'm not sharing, am I? All right, here we go. You can see my screen? Yes. Okay, I can see it. There we go. All right, let me spin the wheel and see who is the winner. I actually did this last week during Teacher Appreciation Week, and people loved it. Sophia, Sophia, are you on? I am not. Let's see. Is Sophia on? Oh man. Oh, Sophia. I don't know. Adrian, I don't know if you see Sophia or not. No. Uh-oh. I don't know. Sophia, are you here? I can't tell. All right, I'm gonna have to spin it again. But Sophia, let me know. All right. No. Okay. All right, let's see. Let's spin it again. Shalacia? And tell me if I'm saying your name wrong. Again, I'm so sorry. It was so many registrants. So if they're not here, let's see. No? Yes? Yes? Shalacia? No? This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do three. I'm gonna do three. And then we will check. I will have my support person double check because I don't want to spend too much time. I'm gonna do a third one and then he'll confirm if that person's here. If not, I'll do it again. I'll do it later. Okay, Andrea Aarons. Adrian, can you double check and see if any of them are here? And if so, we can make sure we get them the prize. Okay. All right. All right. There we go. So we're going to keep going. We're going to keep going. And again, uses it's spin the wheel. My team had such a great time. I gave them a bunch of free gifts. They got to win Amazon cards, a free day off, and all this stuff. It's free, so you can use it too. Okay. All right. Let's get back. Let's get going. Oh, so what did they win? I had a really nice, I do these at my in-person events. I always make these beautiful boxes. And here's a AJR box, an experience box. So you get a notebook. If you've never read Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, game changer. So you get that book. There is a special blended tea I got made. It's kind of like my tea with a really nice clear ceramic cup. I love to see the bag of tea is absolutely beautiful. So it's a hot tea cup. and my CEO success planner, a pen and a pencil, and I'm going to ship that out. All right. So that is your gift box for today. Congratulations, congratulations. And what the quiz is, we can drop the link to the quiz if you still want to take it. It tells you where you're leaking, basically. Are you an enrollment leaker, staff leaker, since that's what we're talking about. All right. That's what that is. And so here, the majority of people were enrollment leakers, which I'm not shocked. That's just how it goes. Okay. But we'll be talking a lot about that tomorrow. So that is the winner. Those are the winners, I should say. All right, we are officially here. Thank you for bearing with me while I just start off the challenge. I wanted to get that out of the way. What can you expect during this challenge? Tonight, day one, I told you we're talking about the CEO shift. So, the theme of this challenge is people, profits, processes. All right, because all three of them is what make up childcare businesses. And if we address each of those, then we could be better off in our business. And I got 3 days to talk to you about it. So tonight, when I say people, we're honestly going to talk about us. We're going to talk about us first because we can't, I get it. I know y'all want to talk about staff, like how do I find staff? How do I keep staff? All of that. But to be honest, we have to talk about us first. And until we make a shift, we can't expect a shift from our team. Okay. So that's what we're talking about tonight. I have so much content, so don't worry. I know you want to talk about staff because I do too. But we're going to talk about the CEO shift because we can't really get too deep into change until we make some changes first. Because I can tell you how to get some money, but if we don't shift how we're thinking, what are we really going to do differently? All right, so let's jump in. All right. One thing I know about childcare is that a lot of times it feels extremely lonely. I don't know about you, but within my own four walls, sometimes I'm like, nobody else is experiencing what I'm experiencing. But that is not true. What I'm about to share are statistics. And this is from NACE, Child Care Aware of America from 2025. These are real statistics. I'm not making anything up in these slides. The state of childcare business in 2026 shows that the industry has never had been more expensive than it is right now. And I'm sure if we had a little round table, we all can talk about it. So what are the stats showing? 73% of childcare centers operate at a financial loss or break even, not a profit. And I always like to be honest about where I am. Yep. We generate multi seven figures. All of it sounds great, but our expenses went up too. So I am not on here like, oh my goodness, oh, I make 50% profit. We make really good money, but we also spend a lot of money too. Expenses have gone up, and so our profit margin has become tighter. So in my business personally, we are not only looking to increase revenue, but we are working on expense reduction because it is real this year. Food costs, staff costs. You know how you had your payroll scale and you say, here's how much I pay for a CDA and here's how much I pay for teachers. And they're coming in asking for $25 an hour. And you're like, you have a high school diploma. Yep. All the expenses have increased. And so that statistic speaks to that. 41% of childcare staff leave within 12 months. And this is based on research from 2025. This is the number one hidden cost in the industry. What this means is almost half of the staff that we get, they leave within a year. So we've invested all this money, all this time, and now they're leaving. Not to say it was all about you or your program. They're leaving for different reasons. I had someone today, she hasn't been with us a long time, but she gave her resignation today. She'll be leaving in 2 weeks, which I figured, right? I don't know about you, but I can tell. She came from elementary, but then came to early childhood education. She thought that's what she wanted to do. But when you get in this work, you quickly find out, is this for me or is it not? And so I expect next school year for us to have some shift in staffing. I expect it. People are either over it. They have things going on in their lives. It's overwhelming now. ECE doesn't pay enough. There's so many reasons. And so the more we understand the statistics, the more we can kind of say, I see what's coming. I see the patterns. What am I going to do about it? Okay. That's why I'm sharing these numbers. $52,000. That's the average annual revenue leak, mainly due to enrollments and rates. What does that mean? We're losing a lot of money when it comes to enrollment. That might mean that we have a low enrollment, so we have a whole classroom closed for whatever reason. We can't find a teacher, whatever. So we have so much money lost because we're not getting the money for what we could have if these children were enrolled. We may be losing money because we just didn't follow up with the inquiries. We may be losing money because our rates haven't changed in 5 years, even though expenses went up. I had a conversation last week with a client, and I'm talking within 15 minutes, we identified thousands of dollars. I'm not making it up. It wasn't high thousand, but it was thousands of dollars lost from the lack of meal claims. So I don't know if any of you do the food program, but if you don't claim the meals, you don't get paid. Just from that. So our whole goal right now is for her to calculate all the money that she has lost, because I want it to hurt. I want it to hurt enough to say, you know what, I won't lose not another claim again. And so the reason we're doing this is because I want you to see exactly how much money you are losing so that it hurts enough to say, let me tighten up because I need all of my money. Okay. So that's what that number says. And lastly, 2.3 times more revenue is earned by programs with documented systems versus those without. That means many of us, and I know I did for a long time, we don't have documented systems. We're just kind of, I remember it from my head. We've always been doing this. I used to do that for a long time too. We did the same thing. My team knew what to do because they've been employed with me an average of 8 years. But when those people started leaving and I no longer had the people who knew it from the top of their head, I was like, okay, now the person who knew that thing, they're gone. Now I have no idea what the documented system is because we never documented it. So now we have to make sure our systems are clear and documented. Otherwise, we are stuck and we're just doing stuff. We do one thing on Monday, Wednesday is something else. It depends on who you encounter, what we do. And so we're losing money by doing that. So that's just the state of childcare business. It's a couple of examples. And I'm going to talk a lot about numbers because that's what our focus is during this challenge. All right. So I just wanted to share a little bit. So I have a question for you. Again, no judgment whatsoever. But this is a moment for us to just pause and say, here's how I feel about where my business is right now. So my question is, are you running your childcare business or is it running you? Again, no judgment. So right now, I feel like I'm blank my business. Do you feel like you're running your business? You're like, I got this. Do you feel like you're surviving? Are you building, rebuilding, or are you figuring it out? And if I'm missing a word, you fill in the blank. So type it in the chat. Again, you are not alone. Do not feel embarrassed if you're like, I'm surviving. Because I can imagine that there will be at least two, if not more, of whatever word. So share in the chat and let us know. Figuring it out, struggling, fighting to figure it out, just surviving, building, figuring it out. Exactly. Exactly. I'm running a business. All right. See, I knew we'd have, there we go. Let's see, figuring it out. All right. See, we have a lot more in common than we think sometimes. Thank you so much. Surviving. All right. Thank you so much for sharing. All right, keep going. If you haven't shared, keep going. Figuring it out. There we go. And most of us are figuring out. We're here so that we can figure out what to do. All right. So the more that we can kind of put words to where we are, we get to pause and say, okay, then what do I need to do to get to the space I want to be? And so maybe it's surviving and we just kind of want to transition to building or rebuilding. If we're figuring it out, that's okay. That means you're doing something. All right. All right. So Sometimes what I realize, I'm not going to say sometimes, what I realize and how I frame this day one is sometimes we get stuck in the provider trap. And it's I really believe it's a structural problem sometimes in childcare. And I like to expose stuff so that we can kind of take a step back and say, I don't really like that. I want an alternative. So 68% of childcare owners say they cannot take a consistent salary from their own business. Again, not judgment, because I will never forget the moment where I was like, I have been making the same salary since I started this business. I done bought toys, bikes, I gave staff raises, I did all this stuff instead of actually taking care of myself and have a consistent salary. It also was a period where I couldn't. I was trying to figure out payroll. I was like, Mom, we cannot get paid this time. We'll get caught up next time when we collect the payment. So again, it's not judgment. It's just saying, one, you're not alone, because 68%, they may have a salary, but maybe it's not consistent. Or they pay themselves consistently, but it's not a salary. It's just I paid myself 500 this time, whatever that may be. And so I want to expose sometimes the trap that we get stuck in so we can get unstuck. And then I have an activity for us to do so that we can work towards that. So a part of the trap is we feel like we can't take a full week off without our program breaking down. And some of you, you're like, no, I really can't. I seriously cannot. You may be the only employee, as I know we have family providers here. Some of us are just like, I don't think they can handle it. And so we get stuck in our program because, again, we feel like there's nothing else we can do. Another trap is you're the only person who knows how everything works. Like I am the one. I know all the things. And sadly, these can become traps because the longer we believe these statements, even if they were true for a period, if we don't try to get out of the trap, we will forever stay stuck as the only person who knows it. Because I can imagine somebody else can do at least one of the things that you do, at least. Another trap is you make decisions based on how you feel, not what numbers say. It's kind of like, this week, here's the decision I'm going to make. Then next week, it might be different. But we're not looking at data. We have no idea what the numbers are. Again, no judgment. I'm really serious because I know I was there. You open for the children, but stay for the chaos. There used to be periods where the chaos and just the consistent running around, it kept me busy. And so sometimes we feel like being busy is productive. And so initially it was about the children, but now it's like, I'm busy. I got a lot to do. I got a lot to handle, right? And we start to wear it as a badge. And so we learned how to care for children, but not necessarily how to run the business that cares for the children. And so now we're about to get ready to shift hats. You know how they say we wear all the hats? That's great, but we're going to put our CEO hat on today. All right, so this is a shift I want us to make. Because again, I went from left side to right side. So we're going to talk about this. And as we're doing it, I'm not asking you to share out loud, but just think to yourself, like, where am I? And where do I want to be? So I do believe there's an old childcare owner mindset. And I also believe there is the CEO mindset. And sometimes we just need to start shifting. We need to realize where we are and then make the conscious decision that, I think I want to move out of the seat. So the one is I have to take all the free trainings. If it's the free training, I'm going because I have to have at least 12 hours per year. That's what we have to have in Pennsylvania. So sometimes it's like, yep, sign me up, 2 hours, sign me up. Oh, they're having a free thing. Let me go. Right. But sometimes it's not the most effective use of our time. And so the CEO mindset says, I'm going to invest in learning that delivers a real return on my investment. The old owner mindset says, I have to keep my tuition low because I'm scared that if I don't, people are going to leave. But then as we start to shift the mindset, it says that prices are based on value and actual cost. So I just can't keep sitting in fear and leaving my prices where they are. I have to do something different. The old mindset says, I'm working open to close. That way I can earn more money. Nope. I got to serve this one child. This one child comes in at 6 a.m. So I got to start at 6 and I got to stay till 6. I'm not telling you how to run your business. I'm just saying sometimes the thought is if I work the whole day, then I could cover all the kids and make all the money. But I'm not saying don't open 6 to 6 if your business calls for it, but sometimes you don't have to be the person. Sometimes you can delegate or you can build the team and protect your time so that they are doing that work while you're doing something else. Maybe 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. you work on your business while someone else covers the 3 kids that come in early, right? We don't have to do all the things. The old mindset says we react to problems day by day. We kind of expecting it. In the morning, it's like, no, I have to be free because you just never know what's going to happen. And we don't. But when we start to shift our mindset, we start planning out our time. 90 days might be too far. We can start with 30. I'm going to plan out this month and I'm going to look at my data and I'm going to set some goals for the month. And that's what I'm going to work towards. I'm not going to be reactive because reactive really, it doesn't bring us more money. It's just firefighting all day. And then at the end of the day, we don't even feel productive. The old mindset says, I'm going to accept any family just to stay full. So I'm going to accept them. They came in for a spot, bring them in. But as we start to shift our mindset, sometimes there's some families that are not fit for our program. And so we start to define what our culture is and say, you know what? I think they'd be a really great fit. I think we can help them. They can help us. This is a great match. Or if we encounter a family that seem like they just kind of cause us more headaches, they become a problem all the time, we're clear that we don't have to keep them enrolled in our program because it just may not be a good fit. Staff are stressed out, you're stressed out, it just the whole family stress you out. And so we get to make decisions based on our culture and the alignment. And then lastly, we have the mindset of I can't afford everything is I can't afford it. I can't afford it. But there's a time when we shift and we start saying, you know what I can't afford is to stay stuck. I can't afford to stay exactly where I am. And so do any of these resonate with you? And if there's one or two, just drop it in the chat. Like, which one are you like, you know what? I'm going to shift from this old mindset and start moving towards, right? I'm not saying this happens overnight, but where do you feel like the shift is ready to come? Ismay said, that's what I'm doing. You're shifting? All right. Oh, Ismay, when we talk about those non-paying parents, that's a whole money leak. Okay. All right. Keep dropping in the chat what your shift is. Learning to shift. Yes. Yeah, it's all learning. All of it is learning. This, I'm not sharing it to say from today to tomorrow. be in one place to the other. It really is just thinking about it. It's thinking about the one thing. And it's not about taking all 2, 4, 6 of them. It's just like, where do I want to be versus where I am? Okay. All right. So as we shift and get ready to do this activity, I do want to say that a lot of times our business is screaming at us. It's like telling us like, oh my gosh, please pay attention to me. All right. Because here's the type of stuff that made me sick to my stomach. And I was like, oh, I just cannot live like this. Right. Do any of these sound familiar? Right. Payroll is coming up. Right. So for us, our payroll is around the 5th and the 20th. So I already know when we start getting close to the payroll, right? How do you feel when you get close to payroll time? Are you like holding your breath? Are you like crunching numbers? Are you getting a little nervous about what payroll feels like? Or are you like, I already know what my payroll is this every 2 weeks or every month. I still remember when we only paid once a month. We paid on the 20th because that's when subsidy paid. And I'll never forget when we changed from that, my staff hated it. I was like, we're about to get paid twice a month, like 2 times. But all I know is that I felt good on the 20th because I knew all the money was coming in. But when it started getting like to the 10th and the money started running out, it was like, oh my gosh. right? So that's one thing that your business starts to tell you something has to get done because really the anxiety, it really makes us sick. Another time our business is screaming at us is something is breaking at the program and your first thought is, where is the money going to come from? The water heater breaks, the HVAC. I don't know about y'all. 2025 through 26, all the stuff was breaking. I mean, we had to replace so much stuff this past year. I don't know what it was. I think it was extreme weather in Philly, but everything was breaking, and it's like, oh my gosh. So, what is the first thought that comes to mind when something breaks at the program? When a toy breaks, and it's like, I got to replace it. Do you know how much that costs? And not that we shouldn't be that way, because we pay for this stuff. You know you're closer to the red than you used to be, right? That's more so saying that I know what my numbers are. I know when I used to be negative $1,302.45. I mean, to the penny, right? But now, do we know exactly how much money we're going to have left after payroll? Do we know how much money we're going to have left after we pay the mortgage or the rent? You're working harder than ever, but you're taking home less, right? This is the business telling us something. It's like, wait, now I used to work 45 hours. Now I work 55 and that we get less money. So what is the business telling you when that happens? You feel it in your body before you can even name it, right? It's something going on and you're like, I don't know what's going on. There's an uneasy feeling. I remember waking up sometimes in the middle of the night, like, oh my gosh, I know that that's coming up. And in my mind would just start racing about, okay, so how am I about to make this work? But the truth is, right, we know how to read children, right? We know when a baby cry, we know what kind of cry it is. We're like, they're hungry, they need to be changed, right? And so what do we need to do to start understanding what our business is saying or what our business needs? When we get to a particular number, is that number the indicator that says, we're a little too close to the break even number. Something's off, right? Do we know how much we're supposed to collect every week? If we're supposed to collect $5,000 per week and all of a sudden we check our numbers and it's $4,300, that's a signal. Somebody didn't pay, right? So we want to be clear about what our numbers are saying. And this, again, it's not judgment. It's really tapping into, wait, you know what? I do resonate with that. And it's really just saying, let's take a step back and find out what our business is saying. All right. It's a price tag. And I'm just going to name, I'm not going to read the whole thing, but even though we may not think it's costing us, it is, because it's the stress, it's the time trap. We're working more hours than we should. We're burned out and there's so much missed revenue. We're tapping into that tomorrow. And so let's do the activity. So let me tell you about these two numbers we're about to do and why we're doing them. I really was setting the stage to kind of say sometimes we don't know what the numbers are and we're about to calculate them. High level, homework is going to be to dig deeper. But I have these two numbers that I created, but they are very real. And your number won't be my number and it won't be your neighbor's number. So this first number is the secure and steady number. It's exactly what it says. This number allows us to feel secure and steady. It's kind of our peace number. It's our take a breath number. Okay. How do we get to it? We are going to calculate our monthly business expenses. And you might have this information. You might know it off the top of your head. You might know a roundabout. For tonight, just for this moment, we're just doing a roundabout. And for homework, we really want to do the real number. Okay? Because if we don't do the work, we're never going to be able to transition to the space we want to be. So the monthly business expense, that includes staff wages, payroll taxes, rent, mortgage, utilities, food, supplies, insurance, and admin expenses. What is your monthly business expenses? What's that total? And you're going to write that down. This is not just about only the business, because in order for me to feel comfortable, not only do I need to pay my business expenses, I also need to pay my personal expenses. I'm not going to feel good if I didn't pay the rent or mortgage at the building, but my mortgage isn't paid. So we need to include that number too. Now we want to know what your monthly personal expenses. That's housing, car, food, insurance, personal bills, whatever it is that you need each month. What is that number? And then I did not forget about you. What's your salary? Now, some of you may put in there what you're paying yourself right now. I'm going to ask you to stretch a little bit and put in what you should be paying yourself. And maybe you don't know. Maybe you're like, I don't even know, right? That's something we can kind of talk about separately. But what should you be paying yourself? Now, I put in here just aim for $5,000 to $8,000 a month. I'm not saying go too crazy. If that doesn't feel comfortable, put in what is comfortable for you. I just want you to have a number that makes sense. Okay, so put that number as owner salary, because this is a secure and steady number. This means all things are taken care of. I don't have profit in here. This is all about, can we cover everything that we need to cover? And then there's a growth reserve, 10%. And that says, again, this isn't about profit. This is emergencies happen, right? This means that I know I'm going to have to hire somebody. I have to make some investments. Like I have to, it's not huge above and beyond. This is just kind of like money on the side. Okay. And so you're going to add all those up, and that is your secure and steady number just by the month. Okay. Let me see. Oh, Ismay knows her number. There we go. Go Ismay. So for those of you who are like, you're a little stuck, I got a little example. So let me show you an example. Um, this is, I did it based on kind of like living in Philly, which can be a little expensive. Two-parent household, two children, modest lifestyle. This is based on like some realistic numbers. Okay. Just to show you what this looks like. Staff wages, average of 6 staff, 22,400. Again, this is for the month. Payroll taxes, rent or mortgage, utilities, food, all of these. The business expenses is about $32,500. Personal, right? It tells you exactly what to calculate. You just need to fill in the real numbers. Again, guys, the one thing I'm really asking you to do is to do the activities that we cover, because you will walk away with the information that you can utilize moving forward. If we do not know the numbers that we are required to have to at least meet our expenses, what number are we really working towards? Are we really just basing how we run our business on, can I make payroll and can I pay the mortgage? And then when it comes time to kind of pay the other things, like when our insurance increases or when it's time to pay the waste removal expense, like we may not be adding in all the things that we have to pay for. That's why sometimes we're struggling so much, because we don't know the number. So we did the monthly business number, and the monthly personal one here. I put in kids' activities in school, personal care, right? That's just a number just to put in there, $5,100 per month. Make it real for you. Go through your bank statements tonight or tomorrow before we come on day 2 and actually do the numbers. This one here, it says 32,500 for business, 5,100 for personal. I threw in $6,000 per month owner salary. Again, change that based on you. And then a growth reserve of about $4,300. And that says per month, the revenue needed to have the secure and steady number all covered is $47,960 per month. Coach Kelly, you have a question? Yes,
I
ma'am.
do. Is there, yes, ma'am. Thank you. Is there a chart you're showing us?
You can't see the screen?
No, we can't see the screen.
No.
I'm
All the
sorry, maybe
signs.
it's me. Is it me? Because if I could see the screen, it would be helpful.
Oh, okay. They said they can see it. You guys can see it? Yeah. They said
I'm
they can see
sorry,
it.
then it is me. Where, how come I can't see it? Maybe I need to change my view of some sort.
Yep, open it up. Yes,
Oh,
okay. You got it?
I'm good. Thank you, ladies. I'm sorry.
Okay. I'm happy you asked. I'm happy you asked. I think there was another question in here. What do we do if we don't have half of these expenses? No, you only put in what you have. These are just examples. Whatever you have. If a lot of these things are not applicable to you, it's zero. It's just general examples of what I typically see that people have. Whatever is real for you. Okay?
Aaliyah, I'm sorry. Will
Yep.
we receive a template of this? I want to be respectful and not take a picture, but I kind of needed the visual to help me think tonight.
I am not mad at you taking a picture, but if you stay to the end, you may get a gift.
Okay, well, I'll stay to the end. I plan to. Thank you.
Yes, no problem, no problem. I'm not mad at you guys taking a picture to the side. That's okay. Especially if you want this reference, take it by all means, because I wanted you to see something to get an example of what this really looks like. Because again, I'm not making it up. I want this to be very real for you. So if this number, this 47,000 is like, that's crazy, that's extremely high, or that's extremely low, make it real for you. Okay? Because our homework is for you to actually bring your number. Whether you share it or not, I just want you to know it. Okay? So again, this is your secure and steady number. It says all my expenses are met and I have a small reserve just in case the water heater goes or just in case whatever. Okay? All right. So now I don't stop there because I don't want to just live right at the all of my expenses are paid and that's it. There's actually a freedom number. All right. The freedom number is actually a legacy lifestyle number that we're about to calculate. Okay. And we don't talk about this number enough. So we're going to have our realistic number. How do I meet my expenses? And then we are going to think a little bigger because I'm a glass half full kind of girl. Why do we have to stop it just enough? What I would like for us to do is to also think about, well, here's where I am right now. But oh my goodness, I have always wanted to go on quarterly vacations. I'm not saying it has to be luxurious in another country. I don't care where it is. If you say, I want to take a week off well, I don't care if it's a day off because I always want to be realistic. If you want to take a day off every quarter, um, if you want to travel, if you want to go to the next state, whatever it is that you want to do, let's start thinking about what do I want for my life next year. Let's just say next year. And if we don't put a number to it, then we can never work towards it. Okay. So the legacy lifestyle number is how can I have a full, limitless version of my life? What does it cost? All I need to do is calculate it. So I'm putting a couple of examples. These may not be for you. You're like, I don't care about any of that, but what I care about is this. Then you write that down. I think I put in quarterly vacations because that was always my thing. I love quarterly vacations, okay? Or experiences where I just get to just not be home, stay in a nice resort for 3 days. I'm good. Maybe you want your home upgraded. You want a deck in the back so you can sit back there because your weather is beautiful where you live. Maybe you want a house cleaner once a month. I was just talking to my mom about this. I said, Mom, there's people for everything. Do you know that people will come get your laundry from your house, go wash it, fold it, and bring it back? That's a real thing. Do you want that? Or whatever it is, right? It might be investments. I would like to invest this amount of money. I've been started working with him too late. I wish I'd done it sooner, but I am working with someone for wealth management where I said, here's how much I want to have at retirement. When I retire, this is what I want my portfolio to look like. That is a part of my legacy lifestyle number. That's how much I pay every month. So, do you want an investment portfolio? Do you want to cover your children's college without them having to take out loans? Do you want to give to a particular organization, to your religious institution? What do you want? That's all this is talking about. What do you want? Because we're going to need to know what that number is per month as well. Of course, I have an example for you. Okay. Here's some realistic examples. You might want an annual international vacation. Family of four, you might price it out. Again, these are examples. You might price it out and it'd be a total of about $10,000 for all of you to go, your whole family to go. And so because you know you're going to go a year from now or next summer, you have a year to pay for it. It's about $800 per month. So because you know that, now you get to put that in your legacy lifestyle number because you know that you're going on an annual vacation. It's $10,000 every year. Here's how much I need to put aside. Maybe you want a house manager. This is a real example of a house manager pricing. House managers, I didn't even know about them till about 2 years ago. They will do the things that you need them to do. Clean up, make sure the groceries are in the fridge, clean the house, help manage. If you have kids, whatever, there's house managers, real thing. Or maybe you don't want a house manager, you just want a cleaner and they come in twice a month. $350 a month. That's about what that is. Retirement investing, or you want a deck in your backyard. About $400 a month, you'll have it paid off. Maybe you want a landscaper because you really like for your house to be beautiful. We get our backyard. We have a large backyard. I don't sit out there enough, but every spring he just did it about 2 weeks ago. It's beautiful. I need to get out there. It's because I want to be able to sit in my own space and I want it to look nice. You deserve that. These are just other examples. This is how much it is per month. You fill in the blank about what you want. And if you want, put some examples in here, maybe help people get their mind going. Let me see. Anyone want to give an example of what it is, something that you dream of? Because somebody else might be thinking the same thing. Any examples? Well, I'll keep talking in case you want to share. So how do we calculate this? Um, Thank you. You love the example. These are some. I'm sure we can have more. Secure and steady number we said was 47. Oh, a theater. An in-home theater, Nawanda? Yes. Oh, that's good. That's a good one. Yeah, $10,000 a month. There we go. Paulette said 10,000 a month. There we put a real number to this so we know what it is. So here's how this works. Secure and steady number 47,960 plus the legacy add-ons. If we calculate all this, it's about $3,400 per month. Added together, it's $51,000 per month that you need to bring in to cover this number. Does that make sense? Does that make sense what this needs to be? And what this means. I don't want you leaving confused because I want it to resonate so that it makes sense as to what two numbers you're creating. Yep. Yes. Okay. All right. We got some 10,000s a month. There we go. There we go. When we know the number, we know what we need to work towards. That way, after we've worked all of these hours, we understand that we can live the life that we want to live without people telling us what we should have, what we shouldn't have, what we can't have. So this is all about be clear about what your numbers are. And then when you're too far off, like if you go back and say my legacy lifestyle number is 51,000, but where I am right now in my business is 48,000, so I'm a little short. That tells me, let me go dig into my numbers and see what's going on. Is there somewhere I'm leaking money? Am I losing money somewhere? Is there somewhere that the expenses are just way too high? And that gives us the opportunity to say, wait, I can hit this is actually realistic. I can really have that. That's what this is about. Okay? We just have to calculate it and make it real. All right. So those two are the main activities for tonight because once we get that, then we can start moving to the other parts because tomorrow we're going to start finding the leak. I'm actually going to show you the iron triangle, how to calculate your annual revenue gap. I actually have, for those of you in VIP or if you wanted to join it, there's a real calculator that I have. Like you're going to put your actual numbers in it and it's going to tell you where you're leaking money. It's literally going to do all the work for you. So, again, I believe that's in the chat already, but it's like 7 resources that I have that will help you get the information you need to kind of unlock what's happening in your business. And then we're going to dig into the processes. What do you need to do next to kind of resolve these issues that's happening in the business? All right. So we're still mindset shift. We're going to be wrapping up. I just want to make sure that we are getting rid of all the beliefs that's blocking your money. Tonight is about mindset shift, and some of you may be feeling like let's get to the money. Sometimes we get more money and we still blow it because we haven't changed how we operate. That's why I'm spending so much time on it. Trust me, it's a real thing. So sometimes we say parents in my area, but they can't afford more. And some of these things are very much true. And I was told before, don't count other people's money, right? We want to make sure that I always do the activity of true cost of care, where we just are really clear about how much it really costs us to care for children. And we're not just making up tuition numbers. We're not basing our tuition numbers off of what people can afford. We're basing it off of the reality of my business. And so sometimes our marketing just needs to shift and we need to start attracting the right families. Nothing that I'm ever saying, am I trying to make it sound easy? I'm not. I'm just giving examples of what I know are real strategies. Sometimes we just need to shift because we've been doing the same thing for 10 years. And so when we start doing something differently, we can get different results. Sometimes we say, if I raise the rates, I might lose enrollment. Maybe. But if we don't raise the rates, then we're going to keep struggling. That's just the reality of it. So we just have to make a decision. Sometimes we say, I need to be there for everything to work. I mean, that's a job then if we can't leave, right? I'm not saying just leave your business, let it go, but we have to carve out time to work on our business, because I always say it, nobody else is going to come in and be like, I'm going to make sure your business is running right while you go do all the other things. No one's coming to do it. Nobody. So until we do it, it's not going to get done. And I actually saw this in the childcare group the other day. It was a whole conversation about feeling guilty about making a profit in childcare. And when I say, they were going back and forth, and it was some people trying to make it seem like people were crazy trying to profit. And it's not saying, listen, my business needs to make a profit. It has to, in order for it to work, right? We shop at Walmart, and those who still shop at Target, whatever, again, no judgment. I just know some people are boycotting, whatever store, I don't know, Bloomingdale's, Nordstrom, whatever. They all operate making a profit, and we go shop there. Who said that childcare should not have a profit? We have to. It's not greed. It is good business practice, right? At some point, when we have an unprofitable childcare program, our program closes. And if it closes, we can't impact children and families. So let's let that go. It's not saying that we're treating children or families wrong, but we're running a business. And I think we owe it to ourselves and our families, who we spent so much time working. We deserve to have a business that's running effectively and productively. All right. All right. We're going to pause and reflect as we get ready to wrap up. Pause, reflect, and be honest. How are you feeling? Do you feel like you're showing up as a childcare CEO or an employee? You don't have to put it in the chat, and I'm not saying it in a degrading way. I just want you to kind of say, like, how am I showing up? How do I want to show up? What's one belief or habit that you need to shift to grow beyond where you are right now? One belief or habit. You're like, I need to shift that thing. And then the other question, what would the 6-figure, 7-figure, or whatever figure CEO you want to be, what do you need to do differently starting this week? One thing you need to do differently. And any of these questions you can drop in the chat, a shift that you're going to make or shift that you want to make. Being too lenient, I know listen, that took a while to shift out of that. Getting out of my own headspace. Exactly. It takes, listen, just putting it out there. I feel like y'all put that out there. We can see it in writing, and that means that we literally can shift it. And I feel like what we want to do on day 2 and 3, okay, now what do we need to do next that says, I'm going to stop being too lenient? Getting out of my own headspace. Yep. Shifting. Exactly. That's it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. We're wrapping up. This is it. What's tonight's homework? Tonight, tomorrow, again, just before we get to the chat, because I know some of you are like, I'm tired, I'm going to bed. And that's okay. If you feel up to it and you're like, I need to know my number, do your numbers. Get the real numbers from your business. Create your secure and steady calculation. Even if it's a rough number, but the more accurate it can be, it'll really, really, really help. So do your secure and steady and do your legacy lifestyle number. Okay. And please bring tomorrow, because when we do this stuff, it's really effective when you have real numbers. So bring your current enrollment, bring your license capacity, and what's your average weekly rate. Look them up and bring them tomorrow. Okay. And in the school group, I hope you're all in it. In the school group, that's the community. We can share it, right? Because all of this is about community. I don't want you to be by yourself. I want you to be amongst other childcare owners. Share as much as you want. If you feel it's too personal, it's too personal. But sometimes I remember one of the events where we shared our real legacy lifestyle number. And one of the ladies was like, I don't know if I'm doing this right. I was like, you're doing it right. Your number is $500,000. That's what your number is. And she was just like, ah. But I was like, let's really look at how much you're actually bringing in your business. And it was like, oh my God, it's actually doable. It's doable. But sometimes we just need to do it and be around people that's like, wait, how they just put that number? Tell me a little more. What is it that, like, give me more information. It lets us see that we're not alone, and we also get to see what's possible. Okay. There we go. The school community is in the chat. You can join there. It's free. Our free group. Our free group. There we go. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. I don't feel appreciated by my parents while they're pleased and I, I'm sure so many of us is making raise our hands. Trust me, I get it. And sadly, we don't get as appreciated as we should be. I hope that you be in this space to at least know that you are, and to not stop because some people don't appreciate you. You are appreciated. Please don't stop. Please. So this is the homework, and I think we are at the point you stayed. For all of you who have stayed, let us get the link. Adrian, can you drop the link? You are getting the worksheet. That way you have a PDF so you can actually track your actual numbers. And there's also some CEO money beliefs that I want you to kind of see how you can rewire them so that we're thinking a little differently. I know me, I'm a glass half full girl. So most of the time when I see a barrier, I'm like, how do I get past it? I'm sharing with you some things that we typically think in childcare and how you can rewire that and think about it differently. Tonight was all about the shift. I understand some of you may have come and was like, this is not what I thought this would be. We need a shift though. We have to shift our mindset. Do you know what the phrase when they say, you know, basically before we can get more, we have to do good with what we have, right? I'm paraphrasing. We have to be good stewards over what we have, but that takes a shift. And I realized at some point I couldn't make more money. I couldn't get more revenue because I wouldn't know how to manage it. And so until we shift, we may not be able to be blessed with more. We're learning something in this moment. So let's learn and then let's be prepared to shift so we can do better. Okay. All right. The link, the link is in the chat. The link is in the chat. There we go. I agree with you. So click on that and you will get the PDFs and you can actually print that out, keep it. calculate your numbers, share it in the school group. I will have a gift for who is engaged. We'll raffle off again, and we'll be at it tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. If you would like to join VIP, get the actual calculator and have one-on-one coaching, then that's at 6:30 p.m. tomorrow. That is it for tonight. You don't see the link? Hold on, let me Adrian, can you drop it one more time? It kind of says May 3 is what it kind of looks like. Oh, I see it there. That's the link. You see it, Ismay? There we go. And it has the resources right in there. There we go. All right. All right. Everyone good? Anyone? All right. You got it? Perfect. All right. Go to the school group. Let me know before we start tomorrow what your thoughts were, your takeaways, and share your numbers. And we're jumping in tomorrow. Don't forget to bring your actual numbers so that we can make sure that we get to dig deep into your number. We're actually, I'm going to show you how to calculate or just understand where your money is leaking. But if you don't bring your numbers, it's hard for us to kind of help you specifically. Thank you so much. Thank you, Angela. I appreciate you all for coming tonight. I'll see you tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. We're jumping right in. I'm going to have music for you. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Good night.
Oh,
Thank you.
you're welcome. Good night. The replays will be available too, because I know there may have been some people who couldn't come. So if you missed something, the replay will be up for 48 hours. Have a good night.